gloss over what was an ordinary day for most part?
No, that we go away thinking that we, again, we got taught a pretty good lesson early on in the game, and we just could not stop them from scoring it early on in the game. But look, clearly, even in the last three quarters, we won the inside 50 battle. We've done a lot of things good. We won the contested ball, and we just couldn't get enough pressure on them, and they just scored too easily. In the end, I thought our boys were really brave again in the last to play the last quarter out the way they did, because that's right. That could have gone the other way quite quickly, and they responded really well.
What about early on when they got hold of you? Do you think it was a work rate thing because the boys are perhaps starting to feel a little bit of fatigue late in the season?
No,
attitude?
Not at all. No, it wasn't work rate. It wasn't attitude. It was a good side coming off the back of a disappointing game themselves last week on their home ground, where they've been amazing, and. They got forward hard on us, and we just couldn't stop them. We couldn't. We were set up and we were ready for them, but their class it shone through probably early on in the game.
Do you think the boys are feeling a bit tired at this stage of the season?
No.
What do you think of what lessons do you think someone such as Chad Wingard, who's been really good all year, playing on someone just as Enright today?
It's great for him, isn't it? I mean, a great player, and four-time All-Australian himself. I think Boris, their back six are like that. They're just a good, strong back half, and they play so well together. Chad learned from him. I thought he influenced the game in the back half of the second half of the game, and got his share of the ball. But that's the quality you get when you start to deliver the numbers that he has all year.
Does that reinforce the gap, you think, between 8th and the top 4 side for you guys?
Certainly reinforces the gap between us and them. There's no doubt about that, and they've been able to get us a couple of times. But I think we don't want to miss the fact that we did play a really solid second half of football against them. I think it was 12 goals to 8 or something in the second half. So might have looked like just the last quarter, but we were pretty happy that we hung in the game.
You must have been thrilled with how the ruck contest went.
Yeah, Labie was sensational. He was pretty close to best on ground, I would have thought, the way he played, and in a game where we got beat pretty easy, he was a significant player for us, and we're really pleased with his form right through the back half of the year. He's just stood up on his own all the time, and seems to be getting better with each game, which is really pleasing.
What about Angus on a day when your big forwards didn't really have much impact?
Look, it's a pretty special effort to get 7. I mean, it doesn't happen very often, and especially down here against their back half. We know how hard they are to play on, so it was a really good performance by him. And Gus he's been again coming to our club this year. He's been fantastic for us all year, and he got some reward today that he was able to really hit the scoreboard heavy, which is again a result of what he does.
How do you assess the team's performance, Angus?
Yeah, I think Ken touched on it. Pretty disappointing first half, just to let them get that start, and then the last half, I guess we can take away that we can stay with them and match them in that last half.
Did you always feel like you were in the game yourself, personally?
Oh yeah, I think obviously quite a first half, but then as the team got going, it's obviously a bit easier playing forward when you're winning clearances and Lobie's winning it out of the middle and the boys are getting their hands on the footy.
What can you do to match a side like Geelong? Is it just a time thing?
Yeah, I think you just got to hang in the game with them as long as you can. I think we won clearances, which was a positive, and just taking opportunities, I guess, when you get them.
Have you felt the pressure this week? There's been a lot of speculation about you all being at Essendon year before.
Nah, I'm just here to talk about today, mate, not worrying about that sort of stuff.
Are you enjoying the footy here as much as you ever did in the Bombers?
Yeah, I'm loving it at Port Adelaide. I think it's been a great move, and I'm really enjoying playing my footy.
What about how you feel you're playing in your performances?
Yeah, I think I probably had more of a consistent year than I have in previous years, so looking at that, that's a positive.
Ken, in terms of looking at the two sides today, I think they had about 13 players with 100+ games. You guys had 5. So, as a coach, is it hard to look at the big picture and think that your team will be better for this experience when you're just trying to win games every week, or is there a bigger thing in mind? No,
it's exactly what it is. That's why they're a really experienced side, and they play that way, and we're going to get to that stage. We're going to get to that stage at some point ourselves, but we don't want to be sitting around waiting for that to happen. We're going to try and force that to happen as much as we can, and we're going to be really proactive about getting there as early as we can. If we can get there earlier than wait until we get 1,300 game players, that will be great for us. But we know there's a bit about learning each week, making sure we're prepared to go back to training this week and get it right, and then come out next week and perform our best again.
So just to be clear, it seems like you're happier with the way the boys performed in the second half than you are disappointed with the first?
Yeah, look, I'm disappointed the way we played them, but that's the quality opposition is something you should sit back and go, well, they're a very, very good side. They're possibly going to finish on top of the ladder, and probably play off right to the end of September. And we're a side that have come from a long way back. So every opportunity to come and play at these these venues for us is something we have to get something out. We have to learn from it. So I'm not going to sit here and dwell on how good Geelong were today against us, or I'm going to look more at how good we've been to be able to keep going, stay in the game, and be positive about what we learnt from a side that again were able to use the ball against us too easily.
So you feel that you're obviously in a dogfight for the finals. How do you rate your prospects?
I'll worry about next week. That's all I worry about. I've done it every game. If everyone's tried to ask the question, it's about we've just got to play well next week, and we've got to prepare well to play against a good Gold Coast side now next week, who have been really impressive in the back, well, probably for the whole season. We need to make sure we're up and about, and we give ourselves a good chance to go back home and play really strong, hard Port Adelaide football again, and try and win that game.
Any injury problems today?
No, I don't think so. I think we're all okay. I think everything was all okay, which was pleasing. It's always good to get through without too many injury issues, and hopefully they'll pull up all right in the morning.
What sort of confidence does that give you, kicking 7 down here, Angus?
Yeah, I think every forward has their different days. I think last week it was chatty, sort of goes around in cycles, and you kick them some days, and other days you're quieter. So, I think it was good that to kick a few, but yeah, it's sort of how it works. Footy, it's funny.
Do you feel like you're earning a new level of respect for this year as an AFL player?
Oh no, I don't think so. I think just go about it week to week and try to play your role as best you can. And I think the only thing that really matters is how you're rated internally. So
I know you're not going to speak about anything but the footy, but I have to ask you haven't heard anything about finals or prospective play finals?
No.
Just on your first trip back here as board coach, so many memories here. Any thoughts that went through your mind coming here, leading a visiting team?
No, I come here hoping that we're going to play really well and really push a great side and go away with a win. One day I hope to come here and, with my team now, Port Adelaide, and win a game of football against the Cats. We admire them. We admire the way they've built their club up and the way they've done things. And I was a little part of that some time ago, but now I'm a real big part of Port Adelaide Football Club. And wherever I go with this team, I want them to play well, and I want them to be very proud of their effort. And I thought, again, by the end of the day, they worked back to get, they certainly didn't disgrace themselves today.
Thanks.